Hello students, today we discuss shares on partition. According to Hindu law, it is very important for us to know who are entitled to a share on partition. It means property are two types, ancestral property and self-acquired property. So according to Hindu Success Act 1956, if question comes who are the persons entitled to a share on a partition under Hindu law, so definitely we we will mention some points which is important to define to this question. All co-partner except those who are disqualified. So all co-partner except those who are disqualified. It means disqualified persons, shares holders, sharers are not entitled to take a partition in the ancestral property. It means all co-partner who are not disqualified are entitled to a share on partition. However, this does not mean that every co-partner has an unqualified right to enforce or sue for partition. If all adult co-partners can demand and sue for partition, however, according to Bombay High Court, if a son sue his father for partition, the father assent is necessary. It means on demand of son or partition may not be made unless until father assent is not available. It means father assent is necessary when son sues his fathers for partition. Definitely, if the father is himself joined with his own father, brothers, etc., the other High Court already explained on this matter कि however do not recognize any such exceptions. If father is already in joint family and sons choose his father for partition, then father's assent is necessary. It is very important. Next, who are entitled to share a partition, share on partition, so definitely a co-partner is entitled to a share on partition, but sometimes minor sons means a person who is below as of 18 years is called minors. So when a suit is filed on behalf of a minor co-partner, the court will pass. The court will pass a degree only if the partition is likely to be for the benefit of the minors. It means all transaction which is beneficial for minors definitely may be enforced. According to this provision of partition, if any suit is filed on behalf of a minor co-partner, then court will analyze this partition is likely to be for the benefit of the minor or is not. If definitely partition is in favor of the benefit of the minor, then court will pass a degree definitely by advancing his interest. The court will assess this partition is in benefit of minor or not. In case of minor sons, court will protect the interest of such minor sons, protecting his interest from danger as pointed out by the Supreme Court. It means Supreme Court is already analyzed, pointed out on this matter that when the court exercise its jurisdictions in case of minor son, it needs to be satisfied that the next friend of the minor has instituted the suit for partition is in favor of minor or is not. So in case of minor sons, court will see interest of the minor. In case of in 1958, Supreme Court already decided Ada Subyaganam Akama. In case of already decide कि in matter of minor sons, if minor sons want take advantage of partition, share on partition, then court will see interest and benefits of the minor. So definitely shares on partition to adult persons, adult co-partner is also entitled, minor son is also entitled. But in case of minor son, interest of the minors will be looked after by the court. It is also relevant to note that although a suit cannot be filed on behalf of a minor, except when the partition would be in his interest. The minority of a co-partner is not a bar to a partition between co-partner. It is also clear in case of minor son, only interest of the minors to be seen by the court. Next, adopted son. Adopted son may also be entitled person. An adopted son is entitled to share on partition just like a natural son. It means adopted son is also entitled to a share on partition. Even if there is a natural son born after the adoption, however, when a son is born to the adoptive father after the adoption, and there is a partition between him and after born natural son, the adopted son does not get a share equal to that of the natural son. Rather, he gets one third of the adoptive father's estate in Bengal, one fourth of the adoptive father's estate in Banaras, one fifth of the adoptive father's estate in Madras. It is where in the different opinion matter of adopted son. In prima facie, adopted son is also entitled to a share on partition just like a natural son, but after the adoption, if natural son born, in that circumstances, some conditions may be different. Then, illegitimate son. All illegitimate son of a male Hindu may be a son by a concubine who either is or is not a dasi. A dasi is a concubine who is in the exclusive and continuous keeping of a male Hindu. So definitely, an illegitimate son of a Hindu by a dasi is called dasi putra. The right of a dasi putra in the property of his Shudra father can be summed up as follows. The above discussion. It means since an illegitimate son does not acquire by birth an interest in the father's estate, he cannot enforce a partition in the life time of father. On the father's death, definitely on the father's death, he succeeds to his father's estate as a co-partner with the illegitimate with the legitimate son of his father, and he is entitled to enforce a partition against the legitimate son. Second, on a partition between an illegitimate son and legitimate son, the illegitimate son takes only a half of what he would have taken if he was legitimate. So in case of illegitimate sons, some rules is different, just like a legitimate son. The above discussion is now to be read in the background of 2005 amendment of the Hindu Succession Act, under which a female child acquires by birth a right in the co-partner property. Female shares. Female shares. Earlier, the female who were entitled to a shares on partition were the wife and the widow, mothers or stepmother. Now, after the 2005 amendment of the Hindu Succession Act 1956, A female is a co-partner in her own right, just like a male. So definitely, all persons, minor son, adopted sons, illegitimate sons, female, all are so entitled to a share on partition. Thank you.